Hey guys, it's the Vitality Junkie here, and welcome to part 4 of this 10-part series on intuitive eating. If you haven't already, please be sure to watch the first 3 videos so that you have a better sense of what the first 3 principles are. So today we're going to cover principle 4, which is challenge the food police. So who are the food police? Well, really they can be anyone. They can be yourself, they can be a friend, a family member, they can be the grocery clerk at the grocery store checking out your groceries when you're going through the checkout line. It really can be anyone, and they say a variety of different things. They say things like you shouldn't eat carbs, or carbohydrates are fattening, or it's not time to eat yet, you shouldn't be eating at this time, or you know, this donut, if I eat this donut, it's gonna go straight to my thighs. They're really talking in a negative way about food. And in the book, Intuitive Eating, they mention several different types of food police to be on the lookout for. So the first one is the nutrition informant. And this is someone who provides food advice based on deprivation and dieting. So they'll say things like, you shouldn't eat those cookies, or those cookies are gonna make you fat, whatever the case may be. And it's really important that you turn that nutrition informant into your nutrition ally. So if it's yourself telling those things, saying those things, so telling you, you know, you shouldn't eat those cookies because of this reason, this reason, this reason, the nutrition ally provides food advice based on health and satisfaction. So they'll say things like, you know what, there's a few options of cookies here, and these cookies here seem to be the healthiest ones to choose. So they'll look for healthy approaches to food advice rather than deprivation or dieting approach. So those are your nutrition informant, nutrition ally. The next is your diet rebel. And the diet rebel is you, basically challenging anyone who tries to provide you with nutrition information. So, you know, you're not going to tell me what I can eat, or you're not going to tell me what time of day I can eat, or I can't wait till my husband leaves so I can shove all this food in my face because he would make a comment if he was here and I was doing this. So the diet rebel is rebelling against all those people that are, in a way, trying to help in their own way. And so turning your diet rebel into your diet ally is really important. And the diet ally is someone who protects their boundaries. So in a nice way, communicating to those food police that, you know, setting whatever those boundaries are, letting them know that you appreciate their feedback, but your food choices are your own. And really giving yourself the ownership of the food choices you're making, and letting them know in a nice way that that their feedback is appreciated but not necessary. So that is the diet rebel, and turning them into a diet ally. The next is the food anthropologist, and this is the neutral observer. So non-judging, just basically stating the facts. So this person is stating, I ate 10 cookies, or yeah, I ate 10 cookies, this is how I feel after. They're not making negative comments or using different thinking, which we're going to talk about in a second. They're just strictly stating the facts there. And the final one is the nurturer. And the nurturer is that gentle, non-judgmental voice that says, you know what, it's okay to have a cookie once in a while. Or, you know, it's okay, fine, I binge ate, you know, 10 cookies. But it's being gentle with yourself, and really working on your thinking, again, which we're going to talk about in a second, working on your thinking to move forward from that, as opposed to digging yourself into a bigger hole. So the way that they say to challenge the food police is, 1, know when you're hearing them. So trust your gut. If what someone's telling you doesn't sound right, or if it's sounding negative, or if it's sounding like, you know, you're going to turn into the diet rebel, pay attention to it and know when it's happening, especially when it's yourself thinking those destructive thoughts. So first, practicing mindfulness and knowing when you're hearing the food police, and when you can, like I said, changing that nutrition informant to the nutrition ally, or the diet rebel to the diet ally. And secondly is to change your thinking. So there's kind of three types of thinking that they mention in the book. The one is all or nothing thinking. So, it's I'm gonna binge eat, or, I'm gonna diet for the rest of my life, or I'm gonna binge eat. It's like all or nothing. There's no happy medium. There's no, okay, fine, I overdid it a little bit at dinner, so the next day I'm gonna wake up and make some changes. People find themselves in a cycle of like weeks and months of just going through it until they decide that they're gonna diet again for the rest of their life. So it's this all or nothing thing, when really life is day by day. And so we all do it. I consider myself an intuitive eater, and just 2 days ago I was eating my lunch knowing that I should stop, but I wasn't respecting my fullness because the food tasted so good. And I knew it, and I knew what was gonna happen. I knew I wasn't gonna feel great that afternoon and the next morning, and sure enough I didn't. But the next day I woke up and had my healthy oatmeal breakfast and continued on my day. I didn't allow it to be this all or nothing thought of, oh, I had one bad meal, so now I'm just gonna eat crappy for the next week until I start my diet the week after. The next thinking is everything has to be perfect. So for example, if you're working towards a goal like trying to lose weight for vacation or a wedding or something, you have to eat healthy and perfectly for the next 2 months, or I'm not gonna look good. One bad meal isn't going to hurt you. So if you have a goal of 2 months, you want to lose weight, plan that there's going to be some days where you're going to falter and things are going to come up and you're going to enjoy some food a little too much. It's the getting yourself back on track and stopping that thinking that it has to be perfect or you're just going to stop and give up. Because you're going to still see that you can manage some really good results in that 2 months, even though there's a few bad days here and there. And then the last is catastrophic thinking. So thinking, I've eaten this bad meal, I'm terrible, I'm a terrible human being, and I'm gonna be fat for the rest of my life. It's one bad meal, as I said, is not gonna hurt you, and you're gonna continue to have them. So just changing your thinking and thinking about, okay, it was a bad day, or it was a bad choice, or a bad moment. I'm gonna wake up the next day and I'm gonna make healthier choices. So that is it for Principle 4, Challenge the Food Police.